Welcome to part 2 of my reaction to Jacob's Ladder off of Permanent Waves from Rush. Just listen to that all the way through. That is part 1. A link for that video is in the description below. This song's really cool because, like I kind of touched on in part 1, it's 7.5 minutes long, but it's not super complex or really all over the place. So they have this kind of intro, a little bit of vocals, and then they have this sort of like repeating segment for a little bit. They got the guitar solo, got some more vocals, and then a new segment, which is kind of a repeating segment again. And they don't really change those, those segments are different from each other, but while they're going, they kind of repeat the same thing multiple times, and it fills up some time and space, but it's cool because it's a cool thing that they're doing instrumental wise. Hardly any actual singing in this song. And I'm okay with that because the music portion is really cool. Not gonna lie, the intro kind of catches me off guard a little bit. I don't know why. It kind of reminds me of a song. I can't put my finger on what it reminds me about. But, kind of hearing it, I'm like, okay, that's maybe not my favorite thing in the world. The, that beginning intro. But then after the first vocal bit, then that guitar, and it's like such a big, like, I don't know. It just sounds cool. It really sounds like it should be some sort of a movie soundtrack or something. It just has that cool kind of, I don't know, almost like suspenseful or like actiony, not action in like a fast kind of way, but thinking like Book of Eli or something like that, I don't know, just kind of had that sort of feel to me. The guitar solo, some of those bends that man was doing are just out of this world. There's guitar players who won't touch those bends. Some of them were pretty massive, and then some really cool bending patterns too. Some big bends, some small bends, some bends on adjacent strings and stuff like that are just really, it's that sort of kind of thought that goes into it, unless he doesn't think about it and he's just a naturally really awesome guitar player. But I like to think that Rush kind of thinks everything through, don't they? And yeah, the drums on this track too. And on this whole album, I feel like it's a much softer, I'm not a drummer by any means, but the drums don't seem to crack and, stand out as much in that way. They're very forward. So they're not like lost. They're not quiet, but they're soft. And I really like that. I like that sound. And then, of course, the bass is just all over the place. And a welcome addition to me is the addition of the keys. Because I know that some people kind of lament that and they're like, man, Rush used to be this, 3-piece rock band and that was all they needed. And then they start adding in all these keyboards and this synth stuff, and it's just a different sound. And, if you dislike it, fine, that's your personal preference. And no hate from me at all. But personally, I love it, especially on a song like this, where it adds, tremendous, extra, like, to the song. It just, yeah, it's like a very key part of the song. Like, yeah, some songs, it's like you got some keys going in the back and it's just like playing away on one chord. And it's like, okay, you don't necessarily need that. But here, it's such a huge part of the song and I love it. I really like it a lot. Cool song. It doesn't necessarily feel as long as it is because, like I said, they're just, it's broken down into segments. And each one of those segments is kind of unique. And it's cool that they just kind of repeat because you can kind of like latch onto it and enjoy it and listen to the different parts. And And their timing too, specifically at the end. I'm trying to like count that off and figure out where the next, you know, bit is going to come in. And I'm like, all right, I give up. They're tight, man. They're really tight. This is a really good album so far. This song, probably my least favorite of the three, you know, if I'm being totally honest, but not a bad song at all. Definitely stuff that I love, like that lead guitar. It's like even Rush's, don't hate me, bad songs. And by bad, I just mean, you know, they're less than amazing for them, which are still awesome songs. Even those songs have like really good stuff in them. And that's why, again, I'm so glad I'm doing this, because there's so much, even in a song I don't love, there's something for me to love, if that makes sense. So, okay, I believe that is 3 songs down, 3 songs to go. We're going to jump on into the next one right now, you guys. If you enjoyed this video, leave me a comment below. Go ahead and hit like. If you have not already, please subscribe. I will see you in future videos, and thank you so much for watching.